Hello babes, welcome back to my channel. I know some of you that are watching this video right now probably have never watched my channel. Maybe you've never seen my first few videos. This is kind of like a follow-up video. Today is really sunny, by the way, so the light is gonna go in and out. I might get overexposed. This is like a follow-up video, a very casual video where I'm going to be answering a lot of your questions that you guys submitted on my Instagram video, where I literally came out saying I have a lazy eye. And the reason why I did that video was because I really wanted it to help people, help someone that has a lazy eye. Maybe they've gotten made fun of for it, maybe they want to know more about it. I just wanted to tell people it's okay that you have it. I wanted to tell people how I kind of grew with it and kind of came around to accepting it and just being confident with it. I think that's a huge part of somebody that does have a lazy eye. I'll leave both videos down below. So the first one was that I kind of talked a little bit about my childhood, how it started. The second one where I got the surgery done. So for those of you who are kind of new to my channel and you're like, what surgery did she get done? I did get lazy eye surgery. So I'm gonna hopefully answer as many questions as I possibly can today for you guys. Maybe check out some of my other videos. You might love my channel. And also don't forget to click the notification bell. It's the bell right beside the subscribe button. And make sure you guys click all so you don't miss any of my uploads. Second video is actually me getting the surgery done, me during recovery. I literally vlogged like every other day as much as I possibly could. So if you guys kind of want to know what to expect when getting surgery done, that video is going to help you guys out too. And there's a lot of stigmas against people that have lazy eyes and things that people think of when they see someone with a lazy eye, and it blows my mind. You know, one of the stigmas is if you see someone with a lazy eye, they're stupid or they're the R word. I'm not even going to say it. It's because you see that their eye is not aligned like yours is, and you're just so perfect, right? You're allowed to put a label on them like, oh, they must be stupid, or they must have a disease, or something's wrong with their brain. Like, are you serious? I had so many comments with people saying thank you so much. I get DMs about this on my IG page. I get comments on that video till today on both videos saying just thank you for talking about it and just being courageous enough. And to be honest with you, like, you know what, this is gonna help a lot of people that have this, because I know I'm not the only one. I know there's millions of people out there that have this. So if I can come out and be like, you know what, I have this job where I have to put my face out there on videos every single day in the industry that I'm in, you have to like match all of these things that society wants you to be, right? And clearly a lazy eye is not one of them. This is me. You don't like it, then don't look, don't hang around me. You know, I got a few comments on my last video where people were saying that their parents have made like bullying comments against them, and I wanted to like vomit. How could your own parents, the people who birthed you, how could they do that? So you don't think a stranger is going to make fun of you for it? Of course they are. And guess what? It's okay. It is not a reflection of you. It's a reflection of them. The main question or answer that people want to know is, did it really work? Is it something that you would do again? But overall, did it work? So I'm going to answer that at the end of the video. So I have my iced coffee and I also have my water. You guys ready for these questions? Say it with me now. Watch yourself. Do you know if there is age restriction when it comes to who can get this surgery done? By the way, anything I say in this video, I'm clearly not an eye doctor. I am not an eye specialist. These are just things that I've learned and I know from my doctor in particular. Anything I say, always ask your own eye doctor. These are just things that I have learned. These are my opinions. Age restriction. Don't think there is an age restriction, but that's something that you would have to ask the specialist. I recommend looking up people wherever you live, whether you're in the States, in Canada, wherever. Look up a specialist that actually specializes in strabismus, which is what this is technically called, because I just would not recommend getting this surgery done by someone that's not a specialist in this area. It's kind of like going to someone to get your boobs done and they're not even a specialist in that and they've done like only nose surgeries. Like, do you know of any good doctor in the LA area? No. So I'm not from the States. I am Canadian, for those of you who might not know. The person I went to go see, because I did get a lot of those questions like, who did you go see? So I saw Dr. Kraft. He practices mainly on children that have this issue, but he also does it on adults, so you guys can look him up. He's located in Toronto. When I was looking up somebody, I made sure it was a strabismus specialist, and I always recommend don't just go to one doctor, don't just go to two, go to three. But yes, by the way, you guys, it's been a year and almost a half, so I got this done last March, literally like after my birthday. I feel like that's a good enough time to tell you guys my overall kind of feeling. So I'm done with my checkup appointments. I had to do I think 3 or 4 after my surgery, like a few months apart. And basically at my 1 year, that's when he was like, okay, you're good, we don't have to see you anymore. I really love that too, how they keep checking up on your eye and see if you're experiencing anything that's abnormal. Can you explain the procedure? How long did the surgery take? Did you open your eyes right after? Did I? Wow, I have to go reference my surgery. The procedure was like an hour or something like that. The procedure's not long. I think I had a patch. Maybe there was a patch, but then they took it off. But yeah, I did open up my eyes right away, because I remember even in my thumbnail, I'm holding the super cold towel over my eye. So yeah, I was able to open up my eyes from what I can remember, like right away. It's on the inside where your muscles are, so it's not like your eyelid doesn't want to open after. So that's also something I would not worry about. And another thing is you're not going to feel pain after the surgery, because they had 100 minutes. So the procedure, basically the way it works is, from what he told me, is basically you have your eyeball, and then basically you have muscles on the sides and the top. So they're like these ropes that allow you to maneuver your eye, right? Those muscles are kind of situated differently if you have a lazy eye. So let's say, for example, this is a perfect eye. So maybe this eye over here, one muscle is more pulled back, so when this one looks forward, this one probably goes inward, or when this one looks forward, this one goes outward. Basically just clipping, tightening, stitching that up, making it so that when you're looking straight, that eye, he's adjusting it. Lay down, he puts the anesthesia in and whatever, and they're talking to you, obviously, right? Like just to calm you down, and it was just very casual conversation. Next thing I know, I was out like a light, y'all. I woke up, I looked around, and I was like, oh, okay, I just got my surgery done. And I was like, where's my sister? Like, I just wanted to see my sister. I just wanted to see somebody that I knew, somebody that could just sit next to me and take care of me. So my sister was with me that day. You guys, I'm realizing right now that I completely forgot to talk about kind of an important part. So when he does the surgery, wherever he moves your muscle, he's actually not permanently stitching it in place. So then after the surgery is done, he checks every single patient, including me, and showed me, this is what your eye looks like. So you were able to see exactly what the surgery did right after the surgery. I think it was like an hour after that he saw me. So after that, people were asking me, do you feel him stitching up? How does that feel? You are completely awake from that for that part, but do not freak out. It is not a big deal at all. He completely freezes your eye. You do not feel anything except for like a tiny bit of like someone tugging a little bit, but they were very gentle. Yeah, I really wanted to mention that because that is an important part of it. Nurses like take care of you right away. He tells you to get some sugar into you. But the orange juice was making me kind of nauseous. I was getting a little bit of nausea, which is from the anesthesia. So I just wanted water. I just wanted water, water, water. And I had some crackers because you do need something in your stomach. Here's what you need. Here's what you need to go pick up, the medicine and stuff like that. I went home the same day. I did not have to stay there. Okay, another thing I want to mention is I got a lot of questions on YouTube, not so much on IG, about the cost. So for me, I read online. So again, I am in Canada. The surgery is covered for you if you get it done at a hospital here for us. I don't believe that is the same case in the States or any other part of the world. I'm not really sure. But I also know that if it's not done at a hospital, I would have paid. But I actually prefer kind of being in a hospital and getting the care there. But yes, I did not have to pay for this surgery. Were you afraid to just wash your face right after surgery? Definitely. And to be honest with you, obviously I wasn't afraid to wash this, and I did. Like as soon as I got home, I would like wash this, but this I was a little bit afraid because don't forget, you know, there's an open wound there, and even though he's obviously like disinfected it, they do put something in there to disinfect it, but you're constantly with, so basically you get a towel and you get an ice bucket with water and ice, and then I dipped it in there. Don't put actual ice by your eye. Do not do that. Just make sure the towel is in ice water. I remember using like the cleansing wipes, like, you know, the eye cleansing wipes. You can find them at Walmart or anywhere. Those are extremely gentle. Do not go in, like, obviously do not go inside the eye. You can go around if you have any like crust or stuff like that, like if your eyes have been watering. I use those little cleansing kind of wipes. Did you experience any double vision? So double vision I did not experience. I was kind of like, it was kind of scaring me, I'm not gonna lie, because some people do get this. Some people get it and then it goes away. It's basically your eyes adjusting to each other when your eyes are trying to function together, obviously. What he did for me was he used those prism blocks, I think you call them. So he put it in front of this eye and he's like, do you see any double vision, anything double? I said no. He's like, I highly doubt, like, because you're telling me that after doing this with you, I highly doubt you're gonna get any double vision. And I was like, whew, thank God, because I was kind of afraid about that. Maybe you can ask your specialist to use those blocks on you to kind of ease your mind. I'm pretty sure they know what I'm talking about if you ask them. Is it an uncomfortable experience? I can tell you what you feel. So what you feel is you're gonna almost feel like your muscles are tight, right? Because like I said, he's adjusted your muscles. When you like look side to side and up and down, you're gonna feel like almost like a tug, like it doesn't want to go, but it's because it was just put there. It's new, you know what I mean? So you're gonna feel like a tightness, and he told us that. He's like, you know, look around like normal. He told us to use our phones, use the computers right away, because you have to be using the eye. My recommendation is take your breaks, because you can get like really bad headaches. That's just what I noticed, because don't forget that your eye was not placed there in the beginning, now it's moved, and now both of your eyes are trying to work together, right? So it's a lot up here, it's a lot of pressure. As soon as I felt like my eye was just really tired, and a lazy eye already gets a lot more tired than an eye that is not lazy. One experience I have to talk about: do not try to go back to normal even when you think you're like ready to go back out. Like I took the painkillers, I think it was like 6 days or something like that, I don't know. He told us like a certain amount of days to take the painkillers and then to stop, right? Because you don't want to be on that all the time, and it made me very drowsy. Or you can take them as you feel some sort of pain. The pain is not, it's not crazy, honestly, you guys. It's more of a soreness. But we're talking about our eye here. Everybody's gonna get annoyed if it's very painful. It's a very sensitive area, you know what I'm saying? Even getting poked in the eye, it feels like you got punched in the face. So it's a very sensitive area, but it was not the type of pain where you wanted to like cry your eyes out. It just was not. It was just more of a bruising soreness kind of feeling, you know what I mean? But one day I thought I was just all brand new and I thought I was ready to go out, and all I did was simply go to Starbucks, okay? But it was the people around me, and there was so much to look at, and there was just so much going on. It was the music, it was the people, and I don't even think I was on the computer. I was just with my friend. I remember being like, oh yeah, I think I can handle another few hours, and I stayed out until like maybe 9, 10, and then I went home. The next day, that was painful. Like it wasn't just a headache, it was, my eye was throbbing. Like if there's a lot going on around you that you wouldn't think is a big deal, it's going to be a big deal now, okay? I feel like I went out too soon. There's too much going on around my environment. That's when I started to get like massive headaches. Do you know any kind of exercises after surgery? So basically using your eye. That was what he told us, like from the get-go. Use your eye, don't stop using your eye. Like don't think, okay, because I got surgery, let me just tap it with a towel and not use it. So yeah, you will get headaches and stuff like that. Like expect that. This girl said you brighten my day. Oh, thank you. I love you. I've never said this to an influencer or someone I don't know. Aw, thank you, girl. I love you too, and thank you for always supporting. Would you consider doing LASIK now? Love you, babe. So I'm not able to do LASIK eye surgery, and no, I would not even do it if I could. So I know people personally that have had it done, and I just didn't like what I heard, and my eye doctor says, no, Steph, that's off the table. So because of my eye condition, no, it's not recommended. Touching your eyes when it comes to fixing the vision, I don't know, I feel like it's another thing. Yeah, I watched your eye surgery video and it was really inspiring. It takes a lot of courage to talk about something that personal. I love your confidence. Love how confident you are, and of course love your YouTube videos. Keep shining, you're beautiful. Thank you. See, like those comments just like really brighten my day, but it just, you know, goes to show that we can't just show everything that's perfect all the time. Because at the end of the day, we are human. We are going to have imperfections, whether they show on our face, whether they're on the inside. Okay, I don't want to mispronounce your name. Is it Trini? Trini? I don't know. So hopefully I'm pronouncing it one way or the other. I just wanted to say thank you for your video. That is honestly how I found you. I recently had my surgery 3 weeks ago and I'm recovering. However, I feel like for me it worked for the most part, except at times it still has a mind of its own. Your lazy eye is always going to have some sort of a mind of its own. You have to think of it as almost its own, in its own kind of world. That's why it's different from your other eye. And it's going to do that because let's say for 20 years it's been used to doing this and now you're switching it to this. It's not just going to be like, oh yeah, let's forget about these 20 years. It's not one of those surgeries. You know what I'm saying? It's not a quick fixer. When he corrects your lazy eye, he's not correcting, I guess you can call it memory, right? Like it's used to doing something and it's been doing it for so long. The surgery is only moving your muscles to try to position it. It's more for cosmetic. It's not really going to fix how your lazy eye has been, if that makes sense. I don't know how else to explain it. Let's say someone has a limp. Let's say there's something wrong with their leg, right? Maybe there's this like better cast that they can put on their leg, right? So that the limp looks a little better. Is it fixing the leg problem? Doctor has told you, hey, it's not gonna fix your leg, but it's gonna make you walk a little straighter. That's what this surgery is doing. When I'm tired or just wake up. You hit the nail on the head, girl. When I just wake up, I don't notice as much. When your lazy eye gets tired, 1000%, okay? When your normal eye gets tired, you feel tired, right? So imagine a lazy eye. My doctor's always told me that. He's always said, anything unusual? And I'm like, no, I just, just the normal stuff. Like, it just gets tired. He's like, yeah, it's normal. Like, your lazy eye will always have that feeling. Unfortunately, there's no fix for that, because we have to start accepting that there's just some things in life we cannot perfect. I think we live in a world where it's like, can we just fix that? Can we just fix it? Some things are not fixable. They're just not fixable. And I just want to get that through people's head. So you think to yourself, oh, just fix me. Just fix my stuff up. But I'm just letting you know, girl, that is normal. You'll always get more tired than your other eye. This eye gets way tired faster than this eye does. And that's just, it's a weaker eye. Honestly, that's the truth. I'm being honest with you. If they had like immune systems, it's like this one is the stronger immune system and this one has a weaker immune system. So it's gonna get attacked faster. You know what I mean? Blinking excessively and closing one eye a bit more than the other. So if you have any tips on that. One thing I hate doing is driving in the dark. So things like that I just avoid. I just don't drive in the dark for most part. And I noticed during those times, because she said the blinking thing, sometimes I have to close like my good eye, and I will like close this one and open them, and it kind of like resets it. It's like so crazy. So I know what you're saying with that. If it helps you, I don't feel like there's anything wrong. I mean, there's no need to like blink excessively, but I also don't know what you're feeling, right? But maybe try not to do that, because sometimes we think, maybe you're thinking if I blink a lot that it'll go away and it won't show. Thank you so much for taking the time to read this, and I'm looking forward to your next video. I hope one day I can be as confident as you. You know, I promised myself I would not cry in this video. I'm a very, very emotional person. I promised I would not do that in this video, so I'm not going to. Watch yourself. You know, just knowing that what you've said or what you've shared, that other people feel the same thing or have gone through the same thing as you, and they kind of needed that extra thing, and knowing that you were a part of it, that's why I did those videos. You know, I didn't have to come on YouTube and be like, hey guys, just letting you know I have a lazy eye. Like, y'all don't need to know that. I could have kept that to myself. Like, yeah, I would have people like, oh, what's wrong with her eye? Like, something wrong with her eye? Oh my god, she's cross-eyed. Like, wait a second, Steph. Like, you could probably help people. You know what I mean? Fully accept one of my biggest insecurities. Or no, she said accepting my biggest insecurity. I want people to know that at the end of the day, if you cannot fix this thing, you're going to have to accept it. Why would you live your life like miserable or down about yourself, about something that you don't really have much control over? Yes, I love your tie-dye shirts. Oh, Thank you so much. I'll probably answer her message after this. I wouldn't be scared, you guys, to get the surgery. Just make sure you have someone that is confident that they can do it for you, and like he cared, and he really, you can tell he was invested in like inspecting it in and out, you know. And that's why I went home that day and I was like, if I'm gonna do this surgery, it's going to be with him. So did the surgery work? My answer is yes and no. It's more on the yes. Everybody's lazy eye scenario is completely different. With my scenario, he told me from the get-go, and I already knew this. I mean, I've dealt with this for years. I already know the ins and outs of my lazy eye. Obviously, the most important part is when you're looking straight, right? And when you're focusing on the lens, that is the most important part. On days where I'm tired and I look at the lens, my lazy eye comes back. Because again, you're not going to completely fix it. I'm taking like pictures because I told him what I did for a living, you know. And I told him like obviously a big part of that job is showing your face and stuff like that. And everybody wants to feel confident. But I also know that this is never going to go away. You know what I mean? I know it's always going to be part of me, and I'm okay with that. And some people say like, okay, then why touch it? Why fix it if you're okay with it? It's like someone that has a scar here. If you can get scar removal treatment, and you're like, I'm okay with my scar, but it'd be nice to get it removed. That's kind of like what this feels like. You know what I mean? But I know I'm never going to be able to escape this. I know I'm not. And that to me is way more of a tough, it's more tough to accept that than to think like, yeah, I'm just gonna get lazy eye surgery and it's gonna get fixed. Like, don't be in denial. I'm not in denial. I know what this is. I know what this means for me for the rest of my life. I don't know how long the surgery is going to last me. He was very happy with the results. I said, well, you know, like, obviously I'm aware when you look certain ways, it's not going to be perfectly aligned, right? But he's like, but for the most part, Steph, like, it's pretty good. I'm like, yeah, I will say it is, you know? It's just when I'm tired, I see it come out more and stuff like that. And he's like, well, you know, that's normal. I'm like, yeah, like, that's just a part of it. That's completely normal. He cannot change that. Now, the best time to do this, I will say, for all the moms that message me that you have young children that have this, if you are going to do the surgery and you feel comfortable, do it when they are young. I got the surgery done when I was 2 years old. For years, you guys, I had this surgery and not one kid like talked about my lazy eye through school. I never got bullied for it, never. The only, like, the moment when I saw it like starting to come back out was, I would say, college. That's when I really noticed it. But up until that point, I never got made fun of in high school for it, never got made fun of elementary for it. The surgery was just done really well that it wasn't noticeable. The younger the better, because your brain is developing a certain pattern, and once it, or a program, once it gets into that program, it's gonna get comfortable. And it's not that it's gonna be too late, but it's just better to get it done when they're small. And plus, they also won't remember it. You know what I'm saying? Just like every other surgery too, you guys, it's going to expire at some point, and your eye, your muscle can go back. So I would say for the most part, it improved. My eye doctor was actually, when I went back to him, my eye doctor was very impressed with what he did. He's like, it's very interesting what he did. Because I'm sure there's a technique involved in really understanding it. But he was impressed with what my specialist did with my eye. And every case is different, like I said, so please do not compare your case to me. I can only give you guys my experience. But I definitely see an improvement. And if you guys remember in my last video, I talked about I used to use like a trick. And I can't even remember what the hell the trick was now. Like when I used to talk to people, I would look at the opposite eye because I knew that this eye would be looking over there. And to be honest with you guys, I don't do that trick anymore because there was actually a muscle in my eye that came loose, the stitch. So imagine me not even getting surgery and not even knowing that this whole freaking time. He's like, you had a stitch completely undone. And he's like, I don't even know how long that was. And he's like, that would make sense why your surgery, like why your eye went back and you started to notice it, because maybe that's when it came out. I think with lazy eye surgery, I think it has like an 80% success rate, which is pretty high. And the no is just basically it's not perfect, you know what I mean? Like, it still comes out from time to time, it's not gone. I can't sit here and be like, it completely erased my lazy eye. Still see it when I'm editing my videos, but there's almost like, I'm not gonna cry, I said I was not going to because it's a very sensitive topic to talk about the kids that get made fun of, especially the parents that go through this. I will always thank my parents for the courage that they had to even operate me at such a young age. I mean, there's nothing wrong with trying to improve something. You know, at the end of the day, everybody wants to look normal. Like, can we just please accept that? Like, what I was gonna say before choking out. You're not gonna cry, Steph. Watch yourself. What I was gonna say is there's almost something beautiful about accepting something that's not, telling yourself it's okay, it's a part of you, it's fine, you don't have to be like everybody else. Ideal world, you know, would you have 20/20 vision and have no lazy eye and be like everybody else? Sure, but then guess what? Something else would be off. Like, nothing is perfect in life. You know, this, of course, when it's on you and it's like physically something people can see, yeah, maybe it's a harder thing to deal with because people can actually see it. There's also beauty in that. Like, now you have to grow even more strength to be like, yeah, can you see it? Great. And what? What's your point? That's why I get emotional over it, because it's been a journey for me, you know what I mean? And also being a woman and having this, it's like, I'm not saying that it's worse, but you know, there's already a lot of pressure on women to look a certain way. I know I'm beautiful inside and out. I don't care. I want to send that message to you guys. I want you guys to feel beautiful on the outside and the inside. If you are somebody that currently is getting comments said to you about it or getting bullied, honestly, it's not a reflection of you. It's actually not about you. It's not actually about your lazy eye. It's just you are an easy target. Ignore those people. Just ignore them. It's not about you. It is about them. So yeah, hopefully this video is not crazy long, you guys. Hopefully this brings you guys confidence. If you have to rewatch this over and over me saying that, go ahead. Yeah, if you guys have any other questions, leave them down below in the comments and I can answer as many as I possibly can. Any thoughts that you have on this video, anything that you want to share, if this kind of helped you out, please let me know down below, and also give this video a big thumbs up. If you guys want to see other videos about this, I mean, let me know. I feel like I've covered most of the things, but if you guys want another video, I can, you know, I can go through it with you guys. Don't forget, I will leave a link to the other 2 videos down below that have to do with my lazy eye, my very first one, and also my surgery vlog. So I will leave them down below if you guys want to watch it. Don't forget to subscribe, you guys. By the way, you guys, I want to mention I started something on my website that's called Shop My Closet. Basically, it's pieces from my wardrobe that I've basically never worn or worn like once or twice. I think I only have like a few pieces left, but check it out. It is stephaniemacedo.com, Shop My Closet, and I'm gonna keep like uploading pieces as I go from my wardrobe. I'm gonna be coming out with new tie-dye pieces. I'm currently working on them, but there's a lot of them. That will also be on my website, stephaniemacedo.com, but I will let you guys know when that's launching on my IG story. So if you guys are not following me, you guys might miss that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see all of my beautiful babes in my next video. Watch yourself.